Hey guys, welcome back to the Fix It Philip Auto channel. Thanks for watching. Today we have a 2008 Cadillac Sts with a 3.6 liter V6, and the customer says when he puts it in park and shuts the vehicle off, even though it shows it's in park, the dash will show shift to park and the radio stays on, ends up draining the battery, and they got to jump start the car to get it started again later on. So it's kind of a common issue, I believe around the 2007 to 2011 range. So I'm going to show you guys some tests that you can do, and we're going to fix this problem. All right, I'm going to show you guys what it's doing. So I'm just going to turn the ignition on without starting it. You could do it either way. To do ignition on, you just hold accessory for a little while until the lights come on the dash. And I'm going to hold the brake and shift it out of park. Reverse, neutral, drive. So everything's registering right from the transmission, but watch, when you go and turn it off, it says shift to park. So we're going to hook up the top-down Phoenix Smart, and I'm going to show you guys a couple things here. Cadillac 2008 STS. So the transmission is showing the proper positions, but there's also another signal that the instrument cluster gets for it being in park. So if we go into instrument panel module, IPM, we're going to go to read data stream, and go into inputs, right here, park position input. So right now it's in park. Let's graph this, and even though it's physically in park, it shows out of park. So if I wiggle the shifter around, move it, sometimes it'll blip and it'll show in park, but the majority of the time it's showing out of park, which is causing the vehicle to not shut off all the way. So I did take apart the center console already a little bit. There's two bolts that go right down here. You got to peel the carpet back. Same over here, two bolts, and you got to scooch the seats forward, and there's also two bolts on each side here. And again, you got to peel the carpet back a little bit, and you just scooch the center console back. You got to take this off first. That just pops right off here, and then there's a wood grain plate that sits around here. I'm sure there's plenty of videos showing you how to take this apart. I did move this out of the way too. There's just little clips, 1, 2, 3, 4 clips. You just push these tangs in and it'll come up. So inside this shift assembly, you have these small switches called micro switches. So there's one for the park position. So when you go and put this in park and release the button, it hits a little micro switch, which is supposed to trigger this to show in park. Okay, so we're going to test this park position micro switch. So on this harness here, you can see on the far right, on the top, we have a blue wire, and the bottom one here is a pink wire. The blue wire should be battery voltage coming in, goes to this micro switch inside. When it's in park, that switch will close, and it's supposed to send power back to the instrument cluster through the pink wire. So I got the multimeter set back here. I have one lead connected to ground right here, just on this stud, and we're going to back probe the input power, the blue wire, which should be 12 volts, or battery voltage. I do have the battery tender on, so it's going to be a little bit higher. So you can see there 13.7. right now that it's in park, this pink wire should be battery voltage as well, but we can see it's only showing about half a volt. It kind of fluctuates a little bit, it's all over the place, and it's showing here out of park. I can move it around a little bit. If I push the button down, out of park, release the button, pushes on the switch, and you can just see it's all over the place. It's not enough voltage to tell the instrument cluster that it's in park. Another thing we can do here is we can introduce power to that wire. I do have a wire running from the battery positive post to here, and I have it hooked up to a test light. You don't want to run straight power to this. I'm just using a test light just to be on the safe side. So if I apply power here, which is connected to the pink wire, we should see this change to park. So let's give that a try. And you can even see it here in the meter. So putting battery voltage here brings it up to battery voltage, and now you can see it's in park. If I take the test light off, out of park, back on, in park, you can just do that off, on, off, on. So we got a bad micro switch. There are some videos online on YouTube that you can take this apart, order up a micro switch from DigiKey or one of those places online, and take it apart and solder a new switch. But this customer needs it back pretty quick, so I just ordered the whole shift assembly here. I got it from the dealer. I'll show you that part number. Wasn't too bad. It was about $280-ish, right around there. And I'm sure you can do your research and try to find one similar price. So we're going to replace this whole shift assembly and fix the problem. I'm going to send power to that pink wire again using the test light with the ignition on, so you can see that it takes care of the problem. So right now, in park, ignition on. You know, we still don't have enough voltage here for it to recognize that it's in park. See, out of park, turn it off, shift to park. Now watch. Now it shows in park, no more beeping, the radio turns off. So we're gonna fix it. Okay, here's the new GM shift assembly. It comes with the harness and everything built in. All the micro switches in there are new. It comes all in one piece. Here's the part number for this 08 STS. It's a 19179514. Make sure you do your research and double check with your VIN number to make sure that you get the right part. So you got 4 bolts on top holding it on. We have to disconnect it from underneath, from the transmission itself. Bear with me, I'm doing this one-handed so I can record this. And we can unplug this here. Okay. Now we're gonna go underneath and disconnect it from the transmission side. Okay, there's one 10mm nut here under the vehicle for this shift linkage. I just put a little bit of white paint right here so I can put this nut back where it was before, because this is slotted right here. Okay, now this should come out. There it is. Okay, here comes the new one. Bear with me, I'm doing this one-handed. Okay. Connector right here. Okay, those are snugged up. Now we do the bottom. Okay, you guys got the new one in. Now you can see it shows here in park. And if I push down like to potentially take it out of park, you'll see out of park, release the button, in park. So push the button down and I'll show you what the voltage is now, what it's supposed to be. Put this back on the ground. Go to this pink wire again. So there's battery voltage right there. So potentially out of park by pushing the button down, release battery voltage. Okay, this started up. I'll verify there's no more shift to park issue. Right now it's in park. You can see it here. I'm gonna take it out. Reverse, neutral, drive, back to park. Switch to in park. We shut it off. And no more indicator showing shift to park. Radio's on until you open the door. You should turn off right now. We open the door. Yep. So we're good. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching Fix It Philip. Make sure you do your tests. Verify what the problem is. Don't just guess. I'm going to finish putting this back together and record that if you guys want to see it being put back together. But other than that, thank you for watching Fix It Philip, and I'll see you next time. All right, that's it, guys. I'll put back together. Park. Turn it off. No more shift to park light. So we are good to go. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.